All right, we have Coach Sumlin with us. Go ahead with your questions.
Khalil said that there were miscommunications on the first two of the interceptions. That there was a call, the receiver had a different call than the quarterback on the first one.
Yeah.
Did that just swing everything right there? Because if you were driving to get possibly a two-score lead.
Yeah, I mean, there was this, it's a missed signal by the receiver, this miscommunication, in an RPO where there's a route to be run. Obviously, one of them, he was blocking. So there was a miscommunication, yeah. And that did. The difference in the game was, a number of things, but we didn't match them in the second half. We ran more plays in the first half, time of possession, but we only had 7 points, right, with our opportunities. And so, yeah, turnovers are part of it. One of them bounced off a band, right, hit him right in the face. But, in a game like this, there's obviously those turnovers and missed opportunities, staying on the field, and and a couple missed field goals too. It's a combination of a lot of things.
Can you explain the decision to hand the keys to Khalil?
Yeah, I mean, he had a good week of practice, and it was no different than how we were making decisions before that. And the game flow was different probably than the last 2 weeks because it was a tight game, and he was running and using his legs to create some more offense. So we decided to just go with it.
What was the message to him going into this game? Was it just kind of
Well,
go out there and play? Or?
yeah, I mean, it was a message to not just him. I think it's a big deal because he's a quarterback, but we also had seniors out there that the message was about the seniors and guys like Cody Creason, who hadn't played in 5-6 weeks, and it's just guys that got healthy to play in this game, and it wasn't just a direct message to him. It was more of a message to all the seniors.
What does it say about Cody and Josh McCauley that they were able to play the whole game?
It's amazing.
After being out as long as
For 5 or 6 weeks, yeah, and it's they wanted to play it. It says a lot about the kind of toughness that they have and unselfishness that they have, because every week it's just you see them and it's physically hurting, but mentally hurt them not to be able to play for the last 5-6 games. And I thought there was a couple times where Josh wasn't going to get up, and he just kept playing. And those guys, our team has a tremendous amount of respect for them as people, but as players. And you can see it in their eyes during the week and during the game, and they have a huge impact on this team.
How would you summarize the 2 years working with Khalil?
What do you mean summarize?
Just the experiences. How would you recap it?
No, I just it's as I said before. The thing I'm sad about is for the seniors, the way things played out and the way they are going out, and there's a lot of work that goes into what these guys do, and I think people see the 3.5 hours or so on Saturday, but it's all the work that they put in, and nobody in there is happy right now about where we are and what's happened the last few weeks. So, I think there's a lot of people in that room that care deeply about this football program, and coaches and players, and so to just summarize and talk about one guy, I don't think that would be fair.
Is Jamari Joyner's performance tonight something that you can point to and build around?
Yeah.
And give you some optimism?
Jamari has, for a guy who's played receiver basically for 5 months, has gotten better and better and better every week. He was still playing quarterback in June, right? So, he's learned the position. He's become a better route runner. Now he's returning punts too. He's gotten better there. So yeah, he's got a bright future for he's a freshman, and then he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Was that one of the best performances of your defense that you've had in maybe throughout this streak, the first half? And then what did ASU do to kind of negate that?
Well, I think they came out and ran the ball, and got to the edge a bunch in the right out of the bat. in the second half. So, you know, we helped their defense too in the first half, I thought, because I think we were leading in time of possession. They weren't playing as many snaps. They got off the field on third down. So, you know, it's a combination of things. You know, we turned the ball over, and they played more snaps in the second half than they did the first half. And you know, we made some big plays. We got some tackles for losses, but we also gave up some chunk yardage plays too in the second half that we didn't do in really the first half.
How seriously did you consider going for it on the 4th and 2 on the 30 early in the game, and then when you were inside the 10-yard line?
No, the only reason didn't go for it there is, you know, we needed 3 possessions, but the penalty before that made it, 4th and 10, 4th and 12, right? Which the odds are there. You know, you look back at now and say, yeah, should you go? Maybe, but we also missed 2 field goals, right? Which would have made it a different game also, really a 1-possession game. So, yeah, I went for it right in the midfield on 4th and 1.5, something like that, and we didn't get it. So the first half became a field position game, and we went for it midfield, didn't get it. They got a field goal out of it. So, you know, you look back, in hindsight, it's always 20/20, but there's a consideration in any 4th down situation to go for it. We've done it all year long. So, you know, those decisions are based on really score, based on distance, you know, and probability.
What is your message to Arizona fans who've grown impatient and frustrated with the way things have gone the last couple of years?
Well, you know, as I said before, like you know, it's people, including myself, care very, very deeply about this program, and you know, there's a lot of things that go into it, and a lot of work that's involved, and the way you get better is through recruiting and player development, and that's where we are. And from my standpoint, as you asked me earlier this week, is it frustrating? Yes, and I know fans are frustrated, but you know, we've got to trust the process, and we have a process in place that I believe in, and a lot of our players believe in, and because of that, you know, the attitude. I can say this, that you know, you watch all these games, our guys don't quit. They play hard, and you start there. But you know, we've got to execute better. We've got to keep developing players and fixing things, and that's my job. And it's my job to fix things. And like I said, I know the fans are frustrated. Believe me, we're frustrated. But you know, the way that you handle these situations becomes important. You know, what you do now becomes, you can't go back and do a bunch of different things different, but how you respond to this is going to be extremely important.
Do you have a goal or expectation of how many players you're going to sign here in December?
Yeah, I do. But you know, our scholarship numbers, most guys in this room have forecasts and things like that. So, yeah, we hit the road tomorrow. I'll be in homes in the state tomorrow afternoon, two in particular, before. So we'll start tomorrow with home visits. Our coaches are out. I'm out. And obviously, I think last year around the national statistic was around right at 80% of high school guys or junior college guys, both the prospects, signed in the early signing date. So, you know, so from that standpoint, I think everybody right now has kind of turned to that early signing date being extremely important.
Ideally, when would you like to have a defensive coordinator in place?
You know, with recruiting, it would certainly help. Sooner the better. But you know, but we want the right people, and you know, sometimes the timing of that is a little bit different, but it's more important, I think, to have the right person instead of just racing to get somebody in here.
One more question for Coach?
Coach, Greg Moore, Arizona Republic. Given that this is the rivalry game, does this loss sting differently? Is there something different for you, given the stakes of this game?
Well, it's always when you have it's for fans and as you were asking about frustration. This game is you can feel it when you walk in the stadium, and so yeah, all losses are not the same because there are things at stake, and a lot of these guys know each other, coaches and players, fans, and so yeah, and particularly the thing about this one is there's not another game, and so this is one you live with for the whole offseason.
Thank you, everyone.